A very good morning, guys, and welcome back to another daily market outlook. So a very interesting day yesterday, as we have just passed another 100k funded account. So as you can see, the date today is the 16th and it was passed on the 16th. Just to show my Alpha Capital dashboard as well in full transparency, nothing to hide. Start date was 8 October. As you can see, we even went into some drawdown on this account, but last night we came back into profit, and as you can see, with a win rate of 40% and an average RR of just 3, we can be profitable, guys. So it's not about the win rate. As long as your RR, your risk to reward, is good, you can still pass these funded challenges. And next to that, we also got our first profit trade in on the $200,000 account, so that is now also up 5.5k. All these trades were shared inside Discord, so make sure to join if you have not yet. And with that said, let's just dive straight in. So the dollar index has been pushing up higher. As you know, the bullish momentum has continued. I just want to show you guys a dollar first, because this fully impacts EURUSD, Aussie dollar, Kiwi dollar, pound dollar, everything. As you can very clearly see, yesterday the dollar index respected our fractal low, and remember from yesterday's stream or from yesterday's outlook, this is your fractal low, this was your fractal high, the two black lines. Remember, as you can see, we come back down in towards the demand zone, which we drew out in yesterday's outlook, and from there we have just simply reversed in towards the upside. Therefore, I was not interested in taking any longs on euro dollar, pound dollar, Kiwi dollar, and I've seen a lot of people get burnt on those positions. But just because the dollar index is not showing any bearish momentum at all, this supply zone, as you can see, is failing, and we're now moving up higher in towards 103,650 as anticipated. So still expected to see further upside from the dollar index, at least in towards this liquidity high over here. Now going into EURUSD, I know a lot of you have been interested in potential longs. Yes, yesterday we did see that fractal high get broken, but there was absolutely no, but then also zero bullish momentum in this demand zone at all. So therefore, I was just absolutely not interested in any shorts. Again, look at the daily time frame. You can very clearly see that this daily area of supply just pushed the market down lower. So again, no bullish momentum. We finally swept the low, this strong area of liquidity. So for myself, I am now getting more interested in looking for a potential pullback, but obviously the most interesting area for a pullback is definitely this area of daily demand. Okay guys, so from there I will be looking to identify some potential longs. Obviously we can also look for a long underneath this liquidity low, but then I'm definitely going to be waiting for the fractal high here on the daily time frame to get broken. So we need to break this black box of supply before we are going to be interested in any longs at all. This just shows on the 4-hour time frame. You can see the overall momentum is definitely still in towards the downside. So guys, just one massive tip for you: even if you see like a 4-hour fractal break in towards the upside, it doesn't mean anything, because fractal breaks happen everywhere in the market. It is all about where you trade them, right? We need to trade fractal breaks from high probability areas of demand or supply. And now obviously we're still inside daily supply. We still had liquidity open. A 4-hour order flow overall was still bearish in towards the downside. So still nothing from euro dollar, still expecting for the downside until we really see some bullish momentum kick in. Okay, going into AUDUSD, what are we seeing there? So AUDUSD filled this demand zone. Obviously, looking here at the 4-hour time frame, beautiful trades were to be taken yesterday. I'm not going to lie with you guys. As you can see, since Monday already, this area of supply, and let me just remove the zones for you to clean it up a little bit. As you can see, this area of supply has played out to absolute perfection. Even if you just trade simply the 4-hour time frame, you could already be up around a 1 to 2.25 R, right? So just again, a very simple trade to be taken. 4-hour fractal structure in line with the overall order flow and momentum, and you can see how simple the setups get. So what I'm now looking at, I'm not really looking at the 4-hour, because the 4-hour is very clear. The order flow is in towards the downside. It is seeming like stronger and stronger and more evidence that we are going to move in towards this major swing low over here, unless we kind of see any bullish momentum kick in from this 50% body candle, which is your imbalance. Okay, so this is kind of like an area of demand, and we could see a shift in momentum, but I'm really only going to be interested in any longs as well on AUDUSD if we see the daily fractal high get broken, which is the high of that bullish candle. Okay guys, so if we break the high of this bullish candle over here, then I would be interested in longs. longs, because for now this is just your daily area of supply, which is suppressing price. Okay, so the market now on AU is just stuck in between this demand zone and this supply zone. So I would still just prefer to look for shorts only, just because again the overall 4-hour momentum is still extremely clear in towards the downside. Okay guys, so not looking for anything on the long side of things. This for now is your 4-hour fractal high. For me it is all still bearish. Your 4-hour demand zone inside of that daily supply zone is over here, so look for potential shorts from inside of there further in towards the downside. Obviously if we don't see any bearish confirmation, don't look for anything, or it could just also be that you don't want to short on this overextended leg. The highest probability trades will be obviously the longs once we break the fractal high and see some further upside momentum. Until then, only look for shorts. That is what I am looking at personally. Going into GBPUSD, what are we seeing there? An absolute sell-off, guys. And again, this is why I just absolutely love following the fractal structure, because you see how perfect the fractal structure plays out. You can again very clearly see that we respected the red line's high, and now with the news we've broken this fractal low over here, so this black line. So this now means that this is now my fractal high over here, and as long as that high is respected, the market should continue down lower. So we saved ourselves a loss by not longing inside of this area of demand. Again, a lot of people just asking, can I long GBPUSD now? Can I go long? Can I go long? Obviously not. We didn't see any bullish intentions inside this entire leg. Then you had this area of demand over here, and yes, you see like one single bullish candle, but then again on this entire leg down, right, this entire leg down, you just see some corrective price action. You see just simply one little fractal break over here, which again is just a fractal break inside a range. You're just trading inside a range. So then to go long from this demand zone is just not smart. You definitely would want to see more momentum kick in and then look for longs to really show that there is actual strength on the pound. And obviously this morning with the news that came out on the inflation rates, you can see the inflation was real poor. It was even less than forecasted, and around 5 basis points less than previous. So very bad news for the pound. And now looking here at the daily, you can see that we're just pushing down lower. So for now, definitely no trades on GBPUSD after failing this demand zone. For me, this is depending on how the daily will close now, definitely a daily break of structure in towards the downside, so it could just continue to sell off. So keep an eye on the 4-hour order flow. For now, this is your 4-hour supply zone, so you would want to just follow the 4-hour supply zone in towards the downside, guys. So let's see how the 4-hour closes, how the daily closes today. No trades for me on GBPUSD for the day ahead. I'm just going to be following supply in towards the downside. Now going into NZDUSD, what are we seeing from that pair? Also a sell-off, to be very honest. As you can see, again, the charts are getting a little bit messy, so my apologies for that. Let me just clean it up for you guys, and let's just do the fractal structure one by one. So what you had here was a fractal break in towards the downside. Then you had a fractal high over here. So then what happens? This is a fractal high break, but as you could very clearly see, supply was still in control over here, and that eventually just pushed the market down lower. So remember, guys, fractal structure works, but you need to use it in the right areas of the market. You cannot just expect a wick to be broken and then suddenly there's a long or a short opportunity. Okay, so then what you see is that, again, just a very simple failure of demand. Obviously this sell before the buy, right? So this over here simply just fails, doesn't do anything. So I was also definitely not interested in taking any trades there. Then again, another fractal low break gets broken by this fractal low. Then again, another fractal low break over here. Yes, we saw some form of like a high break with this high over here, which I now have the black line on top of. But then again, remember, guys, we are still in supply. The market overall is just consolidative, so you don't want to just simply be buying again on some weak fractal break, because then you're just a little bit stupid. Not that you're stupid, but don't trade like stupid. That's what I'm referring to. So then what we have here is supply now. So this is now obviously your supply, and as you can see, it is reacting to it so far. If you would like to refine that supply zone, then obviously you'll be looking at this area of supply over here. So yeah, further downside expected from Kiwi dollar as long as the supply chain holds. Go in towards the daily time frame, and your daily fractal high is now the high of this bearish candle over here. So I would only be interested in looking for any potential longs from this this area of demand if we break the fractal high, and then we could look for buys, because then you would form like this potential sell before the buy as an area of demand. And then what you would like to see is like a strong buy up, break the fractal high, then retest demand and look to go long up higher in towards this higher area of supply over here, right? So this overall buy before the sell, that would then be the zone that you would be looking to trade in towards. But that would be only the case if you really see the daily fractal structure shift, because otherwise we should just follow the order flow down lower. As simple as that. Going into gold last of all. So gold, I was looking for a long yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I got my hands burnt not real bad, but my hands got burnt. Overall, I was looking for a long in towards the highs. Now, for me, the 4 hour shifted bullish fractal wise after breaking the high of this bearish candle over here. Now I know again, guys, my chart is a little bit messy, but I'll try and keep it as clean for you. So all these green highs are just liquidity highs. So as you can see now, we're moving very impulsively in towards the highs, just grabbing liquidity above all of these highs. So don't focus too much on that. What I was looking for yesterday is for this setup over here. I was looking at the overall sell before the buy over here for this demand zone, and then what I was doing, I was refining my entry a little bit too tight, to be honest, over here to go long with my stops below somewhere around here, and then go into the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, this was the setup I was looking at. So I was looking at this demand zone to play out and push the market up higher. But then as you can see, that demand zone failed. We needed to grab a little bit more liquidity. And then after that, it decided to pump in towards the highs. Now, then yesterday, again, there was another opportunity from this area of demand over here. However, this was last night during Asian session, therefore no trade for me. And now this demand zone over here is in control and is pushing the market up higher. So I'm only looking for further upside from gold. Maybe it would retest this demand zone, maybe it would not, and it will just form a new demand zone over here and then just keep on flying up higher. So definitely still interested in further upside on gold in towards a new all-time high, it seems, as that is just what the overall momentum is showing us for now. As we can see again as well on the 4 hour time frame, some strong imbalance over here. Go back in towards the 1 hour time frame and then look for longs inside of there, is what I am currently doing. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic day and see you inside Discord.